Have you ever wondered what's going on behind the scenes when you haven't heard news from a public company in a long time? Hi, George Sanders, President, Goldcliff Resource Corporation. In today's video, we would like to provide you with an update on two of our exploration projects in southern British Columbia. Our last news release and video was on June 18th, so it's been a longer than usual length of time since we've had a communication with shareholders. And I'd like to let you know what's been going on and give you an update. In that news release and video in mid-June, we discussed the additional sampling that had taken place at the Kettle Valley Gold-Silver Project just north of Rock Creek, British Columbia. And in that video, we anticipated receiving assay results sometime after the middle of July. Well, here we are in the middle of August and we still haven't received them. I can tell you that we have had discussion with the assay lab. We learned that a equipment malfunction has been repaired, but that malfunction resulted in a longer than usual backlog in their assaying procedure. We're told that our sample batches are now nearing the front of the queue and we should receive them in the very near term. I'm reluctant to put a date on that for obvious reasons, but we're closer to receiving those than not, and all I can say is we're impatient. I'm sure our investors and shareholders are impatient, but they are coming in the not too distant future. At the Ainsworth Silver Project, located near Caslow in the Kootenay region of British Columbia, we have had a notice of work permit application in front of the ministry for many months. And we're asking for a permit to test our compelling near-surface silver targets with trenching and drilling. That permit has had a number of back and forth responses. It has gone out to and come back from consultation. The ministry has come back to us with a request for some additional very detailed information. Goldcliff has assembled some of that, is assembling the remainder of that, and has initiated some reports on some of the further detailed information requested by the ministry and by stakeholders. Once all of that is compiled, that response will go back to the ministry and we will have fulfilled our turnaround obligation. Again, I'm reluctant to provide any clear timetables for that. All we can do is control what we can control, and I can tell you as soon as we received the responses, we were on it almost immediately. A number of the requests were available in our own database. Some of them take a little bit of work to compile, and that work is underway. So at Ainsworth, the permit process is alive. It's advanced to the consultation stage. There's additional questions that have been asked. We're supplying the answers to those. And once we do that, the process then becomes, once again, out of our control in terms of the timetable. But it's important to note that it is advancing. So, assays to come on Kettle Valley soon. Permit progress to come, maybe not soon, but in the not too distant future. This is disappointing a little bit for management. It's disappointing, I'm sure, for shareholders, but I have to tell you that this is not uncommon. This happens to many companies in many different jurisdictions. You know, in the business there are personnel issues, there are consulting issues, there are service provider issues in terms of availabilities of personnel. There are weather issues. Recently in British Columbia, there are forest fire issues. There are equipment malfunctions. There's all sorts of things that can create delays from initial timelines, and it doesn't necessarily mean anything's wrong with the project or any bad news. In fact, usually that's not the case. It's just unforeseen circumstances. So activity going on or continuing to happen on both those projects. We will report progress and results when we receive them. So as usual, stay tuned.